On October 18th of 2024, a video recorded by a security camera inside a classroom began spreading among students after many were freaked out by what was captured. The footage was initially posted by the teacher of this classroom. Mr. Simon, the instructor in question, wanted to share something creepy that he came across while looking at video recordings of his lectures. Rarely does he ever check the camera, but apparently, a student of his had complained about being bullied by a classmate. So naturally, Mr. Simon checks the camera to see what was going on between the two. But while checking, he sees a notification saying that motion was detected at 10 p.m. on October 17th. Now this was odd, considering that school was closed during this time. He checks the footage, expecting a thief or a janitor to appear. But instead, he ends up seeing something that scares the living daylights out of him. This is what he saw. It's easy to miss the first time, but in case you did, something appears at the entrance to the classroom after a few rotations from the camera. It's pretty faint, but it's there. The camera seems to notice it as it stops moving and stays pointing at the figure. But when it sees it, the figure just seemingly vanishes. The misty apparition, as Mr. Simon calls it, is no longer present throughout the footage. Or at least, that's what he thinks. Because according to viewers, the reason as to why the camera keeps on moving is because it's still picking up the supposed ghost that was seen. Wherever the camera points is where it's at, it's just not visible. But despite whether or not the mysterious figure was still present, Mr. Simon is fully convinced that something otherworldly had appeared. To this day, he has no idea what exactly was inside his class and wonders if the camera will ever see this mysterious figure again. Just what was inside Mr. Simon's class?
This is why you shouldn't mess with Ouija boards. A man by the name Garen uploaded a horrifying video showcasing why you should never mess around with Ouija boards. As him and his friends are playing, they ask it a question when this is captured.
Stop looking at me, I don't want to do it anymore.
Come on, one more question.
No.
Promise.
Just do one more question, just for the fun of it. Y'all made me stay down there when I wanted.
You're not doing it right now, Shelby. You don't feel the thing moving when you don't see it moving when you lift it up.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Just one more question.
Just one more, you promise.
I promise. Come on.
Just one more. This will be it, I promise. Well, I can't say that because I'm not doing it.
What do y'all want me to ask?
Just ask it if it's going to harm y'all or if it means harm or something. I don't know.
It's a freaking evil spirit, Shelby. Of course it means harm.
Well, I'm just
Ask it.
saying,
It's a
just
good
ask
question.
it.
Do you mean us any harm? Ah, no.
Whatever.
No!
Oh my god, there's no way that thing just flew by its friggin' self. No.
The group of friends can be seen asking the entity if it means any harm, as the board piece begins to move on its own and reply yes. Garen uploaded the video 10 years ago via an abandoned and deleted account. Based on their reaction upon seeing the piece move, the video does seem authentic, but let me know your thoughts. He was home alone when a ghost broke into his house. A construction worker named Pedro explains that while working on a house by himself, he noticed what looks like a trail of odd-looking footprints. As the man follows the steps, he makes an unsettling discovery.
So I walk into the kitchen and I freaking see this. Those are not my steps. There's no one home. I don't know what this is. With no shoes, but you don't see the print of the feet. The footprint, you don't see that. So someone walked from the outside and sit over here. It's my guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone step outside. It's just like if someone sit over there and stay there or something.
The footsteps seem to lead to a couch and end there, yet no one's there. Pedro has talked to his crew who left earlier in the day, and none of them have any clue who or what made those footprints. He kept seeing someone following him, then one night he sees this. A man named Herameras uploaded a creepy video some time ago, where he explained that he kept seeing a shadow figure while alone at work.
Estoy solo, les digo, está todo solo ahorita. Solo. Y ahorita vi algo allá, en la entrada de clientes. Y lo vi clarito. Ya lo vi otra vez. A ver si se alcanza a ver. No, me da miedo ir. A eso que se mira ahí. Eso negro que se ve ahí. Miren, ya se movió. ¡Oh! Está caminando, de hecho está que no manches. No manches.
Now, a month or so later, it's late at night when he's woken up to the sounds of his dogs frantically barking at something outside his house.
Está haciendo airecito así como que muy... Miren mi gato, ¿dónde está? ¿Ya lo vieron? Está haciendo airecito así como que muy... agradable, pero los perros sí los oyen, amigos. Se oye así como que da miedo, ¿no? Oigan. Ahí va uno también. Mira, es eso lo que se ve ahí en la esquina, mira. También se mira aquí en las cámaras.
As he feels a strange presence, he doesn't notice, but what looks like the shadow of someone can be seen looking at him through the window.
Mira, y no manches.
The house has been abandoned for some time, so could this be the dark entity he saw at work, following him back home? Or is it just a homeless person woken up by the dogs barking? Let me know what you think.
A man named Rudarko can be seen panicking in fear while walking around his home. He lives completely alone inside his house when out of nowhere on one night, he begins to hear what sounds like someone walking around the house right near him. Rudarko says in his own words that he has never been this terrified in his life. On another night, he started hearing sounds again. This time, he gets his phone out and records this. Loud sudden bangs and knocking can be heard around the house, always right nearby to Rudarko, but whenever he rushes over to it, there's nobody there. On the very next night, he hears it again. Knocking can be heard at the door, but after opening it, there's no one there. Rudako is absolutely terrified and explains that the activity is quickly escalating. A few nights later, while in his bedroom, he begins to hear the door rattling aggressively when he captures something downright chilling. The door can be seen rattling, and as he goes out to investigate the house, footsteps can be heard running towards him. Rudako's heart drops at the sound of the footsteps, as he panics and ends the video abruptly while running back to his room and locking himself inside for the rest of the night. He has no idea what's going on inside his house.
This last video comes from someone who works the night shift at a department store inside a mall. For some reason, almost every night, strange noises are heard inside the store. Although the person who works there isn't sure what exactly is going on, a video of theirs has left viewers wondering if the store might be dealing with something paranormal. It's close to midnight, the employee is all alone, and the following is caught on camera. This is what was captured.
What's going on, guys? Making a video. It's been a couple days since I made the last one. I'm feeling good. That was... Yo! Hello? What the f*** going on? Jesus Christ, it was behind me.
Out of nowhere, a small silhouette of what appears to be a child stands right behind the employee. Now, because the video ends abruptly, it's hard to be sure if what was caught is actual paranormal evidence. But whether paranormal or not, there's no doubting that the sudden appearance of the small figure is creepy alone. As always, what are your thoughts on this? Paranormal or not?
Did you know about the girl who prayed to Lucifer? In Tijuana, Mexico, a haunting urban legend from 2005 tells of a little girl who prayed not to traditional deities, but to Lucifer. Each night, she would kneel and utter prayers for every member of her family, and she would conclude by praying for Lucifer, reasoning that no one else would. When the girl's mother overheard these unsettling prayers, she questioned her daughter. The little girl, however, evaded these questions, shrouding her motives in mystery. The story takes a dark turn when the little girl passes away mysteriously. At her funeral, a mysterious man unexpectedly stepped forward and paid for the expenses of the funeral, an act that puzzled and alarmed the family. When the girl's mother confronted this stranger, his response sent shivers down her spine. He said that he was only expressing his gratitude to the girl who was the only one who ever prayed for him. A woman got arrested by helping the police. During a regular workday in Burbank, a news broadcast about the disappearance of 31-year-old nurse triggered a psychic vision in Etta Smith, featuring a vivid depiction of Lopez Canyon in Los Angeles County. Etta reported her vision to the police, finding a detective who took her seriously. Not content with just informing the authorities, Etta and her daughter explored Lopez Canyon themselves. Their exploration led to a harrowing discovery in the canyon. Etta's discovery of the nurse's body, tragically concealed in the brush and a victim of a brutal crime, led to her being engulfed in a storm of suspicion and accusation. At the police station, detectives subjected her to intense scrutiny and falsely implicated her in the crime, despite her willingness to take polygraph tests. Eventually, the truth surfaced when the actual perpetrators were caught and confessed, vindicating Etta and affirming the startling accuracy of her psychic vision, which ultimately became key in solving the case.